In this video, I want to talk about two different jobs that were completely leveled by AI, but more importantly, what I wish I had built as a backup plan before I needed it. Because right now, a lot of the chatter online in the media, on YouTube is, AI is going to disrupt every single job. It's going to take away millions of jobs. But then you have another camp that says AI is all hype. It's not going to take away any jobs, or, very little change is going to be seen. So I just want to tell you from personal experience that it's definitely going to affect many, many jobs. Like I said, it took away two of mine. The first one was a content publishing business that I had. I had a website where I helped couples plan their wedding, save money on their wedding, and I also did freelance writing for other websites, copywriting and stuff like that. That business, when AI came out, was completely leveled. So first there was the copywriting side of it, the content writing for other sites. All of a sudden these sites could get their articles for free using ChatGPT. Even though the articles were just kind of spun, copied articles of things that were already online, it didn't matter. These companies were saving money, they were saving time, and they went that route. So that part of the market was crushed almost overnight. Then there was my own website. Okay, I have my own content publishing site. When AI came out and people started flooding the internet with copies of blog posts and articles, Google didn't know how to handle that. And they basically changed their algorithm to put small content publishers like me, even though my content was fantastic. It was written from first, person. It was from experience in an industry that I had a ton of experience with. It didn't matter. Google didn't know me from the other 10,000 articles that AI was writing. And so they took small publishers like me and they basically put us in the basement of Google where no one would find us. And now when you did searches on any industry, it didn't matter what the industry was, what the niche was, you'd see the top articles were from CNN, Fox, Forbes, Reddit forums. It didn't even matter if those articles were the most helpful. Google trusted those sites more than they trusted people like me. And all my income was gone. Like that. No warning. So I'm telling you from personal experience that AI is going to take away some jobs. I think it's going to take away a lot of jobs. I think it's going to change other jobs. It's going to create some jobs, but that doesn't matter. What matters, in my opinion, is having a backup plan and an insurance policy for your job and your income and your retirement, especially for people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Because if this happens to you when you're in your 20s, your 30s, and you lose a job to AI or new technology, or if something happens and the economy tanks, it's devastating at any age, but you have much more runway to rebuild and repair than someone, say, in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. So I really think that this is important for people that age. I'm in my early 50s, just for context. So I want to take you back a couple years before this all happened with AI to show you real world experience of what an insurance policy can do for you when you have an online business that you control and own as a backup plan, no matter what you do for your 9 to 5. So I had built a wedding photography business that I ran for 14 or 15 years, and it was going great. It was, doing a nice, comfortable income. I wasn't getting rich from it, but it was a comfortable living. And we had some savings, but not enough. We were pretty irresponsible when it came to money. And little did I know how bad it would bite me coming up. And in March 2020, the pandemic hit. And within a month, 95% of my income was gone for 2020. Every single one of my weddings was canceled, postponed, gone. Wasn't coming back. And I actually lost 60 to 70% of my income in 2021. So I tell you this because there was another photographer in a different state, but I have known of this photographer online, and I had seen him posting videos, and he would document the wedding day and he would help other photographers online, give them advice. He would help couples online plan their wedding. And I would see these videos and just kind of go like, oh, that's cool. Like he's just kind of documenting the process. I didn't think anything of it. Come to find out, when the pandemic leveled our industry, that business that he was building in the background, he had built that business to almost $10,000 per month because he had videos that were sponsored by companies. He had affiliate links to all the cameras and gear that he was recommending. And his videos were getting hundreds of thousands of views because it was in the wedding industry, which is, has a massive audience. And I found out that, oh yes, he got devastated as well, but he didn't lose all of his income. He had this insurance policy kind of running in the background. I'm not saying he knew that he was going to need it, but when the rest of the industry got leveled, because he had built this thing in the background, he was okay. He could take his time, think about what was next. Whereas people like me, we were in desperation mode. We were in panic mode. And so I was Googling how to start an online business because you couldn't go get a job anywhere else. You had to do something from your home. And so me Googling how to start an online business, I found people that had great advice. I had people who were scam artists. I didn't know the difference at the time because I didn't know the industries. So I spent money where I got scammed. I listened to horrible advice, made a lot of mistakes, it was a big roller coaster ride of emotions. Like I said, fear, anxiety, anger, desperation. And those are feelings that you don't want to have when you're trying to build an online business or a YouTube channel. And I wish I could go back and tell myself, hey, you never know what's going to happen in the future. Economy is going to go up and down. Industries are going to come and go. Pandemics are going to happen. AI technologies, you never know. It's always something. Every few years, it's something. And I wish I could go back and tell myself to build an insurance policy, something that I own and control, that, maybe it doesn't make me rich, but it gives you options instead of being panicked and desperate when something happens. So my advice that I leave you with is, if you're in your 40s, 50s, and 60s, any age, but definitely those years, I highly recommend considering building a YouTube channel and an online business around it so that if, and I think when, AI affects your industry and your income, you have something kind of there in the background running, prepared that you can kind of jump ship to. There were a few other people, just to let you know, that's like not just me. So there was an accountant that I was reading about. He got laid, came in on a Monday morning, job wasn't there. Got his papers to go home. A little bit of savings saved up, but he had been building this YouTube channel in the background that was all about like weird facts about science and history. And it was a side hustle. But because it was kind of there running in the background, he could quickly pivot. And within 1 year, that YouTube channel and business was making more than his accountant salary. There was another person that I knew who was in the music industry. And when his industry got hit from the pandemic, well, he had been building these YouTube videos around tech and gadgets and things like that, just kind of reviewing different products. And he was able to pivot and grow that channel. Within 6 months, it had replaced his income that he had lost from the pandemic. There was another person who was kind of more like me, where they lost during the Great Recession of 2008, 2009. He lost 2 jobs, had a new baby either on the way or had just been born. They were on food stamps. They were devastated, panicked, anxiety, all of the feelings that I had. He started an online business where he was teaching people how to record music in their home, like using minimal equipment, but making it sound really good. That business started taking off and growing and growing. And after 3 years, that business was wildly successful, making a ton of money. But he had to go through 2 years of panic and fear and anxiety. Whereas if he would have taken that same business and built it a couple years prior, just in the background on the side, he would have never had to go through all of those years of panic and anxiety. So I just say this because I think it's just the best insurance policy that you can do. And so on this channel, we're going to be building a YouTube channel from scratch, from start to finish, where you can follow along, learn a few things along the way, not make all the same mistakes that I made early on, and subscribe to the channel if it's something you want to follow along with. We start that series this week, showing you how to build from scratch. And yeah, hope to see you back. Thanks.